Greetings, peace, love, and light. Hold on, let me make sure this is recorded. It is. Today, I want to tell you the importance of your words and the importance of recording them, and why on my social media you will start to see a difference in the way I speak. And I think a lot of people, they speak out of submissiveness or just speaking to be speaking. But I want to tell you that everything in this this matrix or this reality that we perceive, it started off from words. Words start from thoughts and vibrations. So before we had softwares, people used to call writing recording. People used to call even making art recording. Like, and this is why I want to break down real quick what motion is on a human body and what animation is and what pictures is in videos. A video is a moving picture. If you took a video of yourself, that's of you being in motion. So it's recording. So even when you take a picture, it's a recording. Even when you write something down, it's a recording. Your words are recording. So there's a difference between speaking and there's a difference between commanding with your words. So as we start to, you know, develop who we are, we have to start being able to command our existence, command the words in our life to materialize or generate things in a different way. And I'd say that even vibrating a particle, hold on, there's somebody walking with a cart this late at night. This threw me off. But when you begin to generate things from your throat chakra, and I believe in chakras, but I like to call them meridians, your throat meridian. So when you start to generate things from your meridians, because anything that you do is generation. A move, a snap, a thought, a word is generation. Now, the only difference is when you're the only person that perceives something, the universe and you are the only people that battle between whether it is real or false. Now, when you generate things into existence or say things or accumulate knowledge and begin to spew it from your meridians to people, now it's between you, the people, and the universe to decide whether it's false or real. And this is why people, like, I'd say, like, when I'm around certain people, according to how they perceive me is almost according to why I can't do certain things. Like, say for instance, I'm by myself and I can lift up a car or something. That's between me and the universe to decide, like, hey, is that real? Is that something I can do comfortably all the time? When I do it in front of people, it's their projections. And this is why I tell people, like, you can be projected upon to a point where it will have you in weakness, sickness, a whole bunch of different ailments or empowerment, because the belief is the part that actually strengthens or weakens you. what these people believe are generated thoughts. Their thoughts still matter. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. So when people project upon you, it begins to become a point where you will either be empowered or depowered. So let's say, for instance, a whole bunch of people are like, oh, bro, you can't lift that table. You can't lift that table. You can't lift that table. You see, this is a small, slight exception to this rule is when there's so many people projecting, but their projecting is not 100%. Like they're like, oh, you can't lift that table. But somewhere in their head, they're like, maybe you can. Maybe he can do that. You see, and if you're already projecting that you can in your head, you will be able to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your mind can be stronger than those that surround you and allow you to reach in and pull out the greatness in you without without deterrence from others. And actually, once those people actually see that you can, things like that become more normal in these environments, because people forget to realize that they are products of their environment, whether they are motorcycles. I know y'all hear that motorcycle. That's confirmation. People forget that they are all products of their environment. Whether they are good products or bad products, you are still product. You know what I'm saying? You produce and you are a product as well. So when when we're when we're talking about our meridians and stuff like that, there's already nothing in this world that you can't you like seriously, there's nothing in this matrix that you can't accomplish if you really put your mind to it. Your body actually naturally will project and proceed to upgrade and evolve to accomplish whatever task it is committed to. So it's all perception. If your perception cannot evolve, then you cannot evolve. If your mind cannot evolve, then you cannot evolve. So words are powerful because God started off with words. He started as the word. So you started out as a word as well. You started off as a thought as well. Someone in someone's head, you started off as a thought. All these thoughts accumulated inside of a vessel, which started to formulate you and create the being that you are. And then you started off as a baby. First, you went from embryo to baby. So when even like, this is why I say, like, people don't understand, like, with the type of secrets I will reveal to you, we will have different, well, me personally, because I plan on like having controlled environment for even concepting a baby, because that's the part that people forget, is that a baby is conceptualized. And that's what I'll be trying to tell people, is that you have to realize you are conceptualized. You know what I'm saying? You are a concept. You know what I'm saying? A walking concept. Now, what you choose your walking concept to be is completely up to you, because the concepts can change. You can change a concept because a concept is not stable. So human body and genealogy is not stable. Your genetics are not stable. You know what I'm saying? Because we interact with particles and you have your own soul and concept within, your genes are not stable. Like when my mom was pregnant with me, she was looking for a savior, a way out. And I was conceptualized into reality through prayer. But I can't reveal to you who I am. I can only tell you my name, but I still cannot tell you exactly who I am and why I'm able to give you this information off rip, because I was conceptualized back into existence. So as we keep walking and walking and walking with God, I love when people walk with God. They just don't know how much I love it. The conceptualization is people are empowering a deity that they know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Some people curse God. Some people pray for God's goodness. Some people need God. Some people want to utilize God. All of these different things, they have no idea who this person is. You know what I'm saying? This is why I tell people all the time is in order to, just like some people say, God, give me strength. God, give me knowledge. In order for God to give you that, he himself has to have that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when people are conceptualizing God into a, a mortal style body, a same kind of body as them. And this is why people are made inside of his image, because they already conceptualized him from the beginning. So, and this is why I tell people all the time, it's like when the universe was created, it was created simultaneously, all at one time, at the beginning, middle, and the end. But the end actually don't exist. So basically, it was created in the past and the present and the future, kind of. So, and you're like, bro, how do you know if all of that? Calm down. I can't tell you all the story at once. You know what I'm saying? My story is a long story, so it's about as old as time itself. But when people are conceptualized back into existence, people always be like, "Oh man, this kid seems like they've been here before, or they've been here before. Or this person seems like they've been here before." It's because they have. It's because people naturally, oh, I wish I still had my cousin. I wish I still had my grandma. I wish I still, man, I wish Jesus was here, and they conceptualize them back into existence. They conceptualize them back into birth. They have to be birthed because these thoughts and these wishes and these prayers have to go somewhere. This is why I tell people, it's like prayer is powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. Your words are powerful. They're not just nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I will begin to show you all how to use your words more powerfully to command your life and command the universe, and show you the legitimate progress of me going zero to something with just words alone, and putting forth words and walking my body into those situations that actually empower those words. Because this is another thing, is a lot of people say, oh, this is these bots, side quests and stuff like that. You're right, there are a lot of bots and side quests and stuff like that. The only difference is, if you are a character and you are realizing that there's bots and side quests and main quests, you are missing out on experience or different different rewards or skills because you refuse to go on these side quests. This is why I say you're actually choosing what character you are in life depending on how you interact with life and how you experience life. And the more we start to experience these different side quests and stuff like that, these are canon. You know what I'm saying? Side quests, all of these things that you experience are completely canon and completely optional, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Even your main quests are completely optional, but there's different consequences that come with side quests, not doing side quests, with main quests, without doing main, and with treating everybody as bots. You see, a lot of people, they forget that the main character inside of a video game is a bot as well. A main character that is in a video game is controlled by you. So the main character inside of the video game must be a bot. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I tell people is when they begin to treat others as they're not themselves or from the same genealogy or the same physical conception, they are doing an injustice to themselves, because just because you see a bot doesn't mean that you're more different or more special than that bot. You see what I'm saying? You never know what a bot might have to offer you because you are a bot as well. You see what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of characters in the game, and for some strange reason, all these different people believe because they control their avatar that makes them special or something like that. The only thing that I would tell people is I began in my journey trying to defeat not the concept of the video game itself, but the concept of the controller behind the video game. And this is why I tell people is that I actually had to discover who I was from battling who I was. And you may not understand that now, but before I tell people if if you have free will, you don't have free will, because God is omniscient. He can see the past, present, and the future, and he knows exactly what you're going to do at all times and in all pathways. So every single thing that you do is still a story designed by somebody else other than you, the creator himself. And this is why I tell people is that me personally, I was trying to defeat the experience of life itself, the fact that I was even experiencing life. But I realized it's not. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm going to say it's very improbable due to circumstances and how people interact with you while you interact with life. Like, you can try not to experience life, but the only way to really try not to experience life is through death. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't live life and defeat life or the fact that somebody else is the author of your existence. So, and that's why I used to have this very depressive energy about me daily, because people wonder what I was going through and what was wrong with me. But they didn't know I wasn't battling rent, I wasn't battling school, I wasn't battling work, I wasn't battling stuff like that, regular stuff. I was battling the whole universe. The whole fact that I had to experience it on uh, a level, uh, a miniaturized level. You see, because when I imagine if you know almost who you are and what kind of power you used to hold, but now somebody took all of that away from you. And basically, imagine you was a level 100 in a video game, and they took all your levels, all your skills, all your inventory, and put you right back at the beginning. But you've already beat this game plenty of times. Like, you've beat the game over and 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 over again. But you still got that happen to you. At this point, you would start to realize, like, yo, this is a video game. Where the devs at? Where's the creator? Who's the person behind this system? But then, what if you realize that that person behind that very system was you all along? And this is why I tell people is the Bible is right. God really did. He really did feel sorry for humanity because he cursed them to an existence, a specific type of existence. And I mean, I only know now how to help humans as a human. Before, I used to judge humans very harshly. And a lot of people, they'll say, like, oh, well, you're not human. And I'll tell you, no, I am not. I could tell you all of my affiliations, or but you wouldn't believe that until I'm able to show you the proof, which is why I will say, wait till my antennas grow out and get connected to the energy that will be able to show you the proof, the source energy that I'm connected to. And I will show you how to connect to a different source energy rather than a human energy as well. And this is why I said is that a lot of times when they make these movies and stuff like that, they're not fake. All of that fantasy stuff that you see inside of these movies, it's not fake. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's at a different level. Life is at different levels, different timelines, different experiences. It's like when people say that they're receiving downloads. Yeah, your life receives downloads too. Everybody's life receives downloads, and people experience different things between these downloads. And that's why I was tell you is I would show you how to download something in your genealogy that is other than humans, because you are a legitimate bot. I am a legitimate bot. So I can show you how to customize your character in real life. But I'm just gonna give y'all that to sit upon. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because within this year I will show you the difference between man and, I'm gonna just say, beyond man, or beyond mind, because naturally all of these people that are man, or so-called, successful and all these different things, it's only because everybody's minds, they're generally the same. A generalization has befell humanity. And because they are generalized, their existence is generalized, their age is generalized, their food is generalized, their flavor profiles is generalized, their planting is generalized. Everything about humanity has become generalized. And this is why I say is that I don't know how much longer I'll actually be here, because I will literally show you step by step how to break from those generalizations, because I am just who I am. I don't know how else to tell you that. But every time people pray, I just am who I am. Everything that people project upon me allows me to be who I am. So if you're wondering who's behind this video game and this system and why is it seem boring, it's because you're not getting all the facts. You're not getting all of the parts of the system. Someone's generalized your mind to believing that this is a business simulator. This is not a business simulator. Nowhere near. There's so many miraculous things here on this planet that if you believe that this is a business simulator, I would have to believe that you are just mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Because just everything about this place is just pure magic, to down to the phones, down to the food, down to the fruit, down to the cars, down to the buildings, down to the systems. All of every single interface is all just straight magic. And that's, I mean, you can say science, but at the end of the day, science is really a form of magic. And this is why I tell people is that God is beyond science, God is beyond magic, he's beyond spiritual, he's beyond mysticism, he's beyond all human concept. He's beyond your general mind's ability to wrap around understanding. So realize that the world that he created, the universe that he created, is all beyond that. But it is that as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that humanity's concepts, they are miniature compared to what the whole universal concept is. You know what I'm saying? Like what God conceptualized from pure wake up. And this is why I will tell you that is that people wonder how God created everything. I'm going to just tell you right now, he woke up. He was born. He was conceptualized. And when he was conceptualized, he conceptualized things from the past, present, and the future all at the same time, at one area and one point in existence. And I won't be able to give you more information about that because this is what it is. Neo got out.